back to my channel. Welcome back to another episode with bosbeauty. My name is Olateju Bello if you're new, and if you've been coming all along, thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for staying. I appreciate all of you guys. Yes. I know it's been a very long time that I posted a video, but I'm still here. Just been going through some tough, difficult times, but I'm actually okay. I'm still alive, and I haven't stopped YouTube either. It's just been very difficult. Like, yeah, I've been planning to do this video for a while, but I keep thinking, oh, I'll do it while I'm, doing a get ready, like doing my makeup, or should I do it after my makeup is done? But it's been so difficult actually even getting my makeup done. Like, I'm just, yeah, things has been everywhere, like in circles. So I decided, oh wow, I've seen people doing, YouTube videos in the car. I was actually going to do this in the car, but I don't even have the energy to even go through the door. Like, that's how tired I have been. So I thought, right, let me just do a quick update on here for you guys, and then we can follow up and hopefully, get back into routine of doing a video, because I feel like I'm losing touch with doing videos. So yeah, that's why I'm back here. So I think the last time I posted a video was in July. Yeah, and I'm sure if you guys remember in that video, or even my previous videos, I've been mentioning about me going to Malta, I'm going to take this to Malta. I'm going to wear this in Malta. Yeah. Yes. What happened to Malta? Malta didn't happen. So I couldn't go to Malta. I literally spent the whole Malta trip in the hospital. Yeah, and I'm sure from my previous video you guys know I've got sickle cell. So yeah, that was what happened, and that was why my trip was cancelled. So I didn't go to Malta. I had Malta in hospital. And I'm sure I've mentioned it as well, that usually when you ask my sister, anytime I'm in crisis, our response is, yeah, she's on holiday. So basically I was on holiday but in the hospital. Yeah. So let me just give you a little narrative of, how that happened, just to make it fun. So I was supposed to travel on the 29th, which was a Thursday. Yeah, which was supposed to be a Thursday. I think I can't even keep up with the dates anymore. But yeah, I think it was supposed to be on the 29th that I was supposed to travel. Yes, it was a Thursday. However, we were supposed to have our COVID test on the Monday, which is the PCR test that would show at the airport, because to go to Malta, it was compulsory that you actually get your COVID test done within 72 hours. So we had booked ours for Monday, which is the 26th of June. Yeah. So on Saturday, so rewind to Saturday, 24th of July. Yeah, 24th of July, basically. I didn't have any makeup client. I went to one of my auntie's house. She was having a little get-together Eid party for a daughter. It was 10 years. So we went there. I didn't have any makeup clients, so I think I was just so excited because I was free. So I actually did my makeup. I'm going to put some little snippets in here so you guys can see how things can just go from rosy or nice to bad. Yeah. So that Saturday I went to my auntie's place, and literally from the time I got there, I danced all through the time that I was there. Literally. And I had a client on Sunday, and I posted me dancing on Instagram, and my client actually messaged like, stop stressing yourself, kind of thing. And I just replied, I said, yes ma. And the funniest thing was, after that message, I literally just sat down. Like, I didn't dance anymore. But at that time, I was actually tired. But that was because I had danced hours. Like, and the DJ obviously was one of my friends that you guys probably have seen him a lot if you follow me on Instagram. Yemi, Officer Pauchi. Yeah, that's my friend. So literally was a DJ, and he knows that I love nice. So he was just giving me nice upon nice upon nice, as in nice artist, not nice songs, but yeah, nice, NICE artist songs So anywhere I am and you play those songs or Q dot, like I'm actually very local like that. I love those songs. So I was literally very hype. Yeah. So anyway, I danced all through and immediately I saw that message, I was feeling tired, so I just stopped. Fast forward, we went home, we got home, and then the next morning I had a booking with a different client about 8:30. I went to do that makeup, and that was at 8:30. I got back home about, I think, half 11 ish, something like that. And my mom was going to the mosque with Sophia, so I took them. This was about 1 o'clock. But before I left home to drop my mom, I had set my alarm that I was gonna have a little nap, like a little sleep, up until my next booking at 2 o'clock. And because she's my friend, so I set it to 2 o'clock that I would wait for her to actually message me before I leave the house. Yeah, she's like that. I'm not gonna mention her name, but when she's watching, she knows herself. So I dropped my mom and the mosque and Sophia, and then I came back home. I was on my phone, Instagram, scrolling up and down, and then my client messaged me, oh, what should she do with her daughter's hair? And I said, no, don't do anything. That I will sort it out when I get there. This was about 1:15. So by the time I look at the time, I was like, oh my God, Teju, you've got a few minutes more. Just sleep, like just rest. So I left the phone, slept. All this while, guys, I was fine. Like there was nothing. I wasn't even pretending to be okay. I was actually okay. So I slept and I woke up. By the time I woke up, I just realized, oh wow, I'm in pain. And this is me thinking, not at this time. I'm supposed to leave home, like so many things was just going through my head, like, oh my God, not at this time. Like, who is going to actually believe me? Even my mom, I couldn't even call my mom because I was just like, she wouldn't even believe. They would probably think I was joking. So I took my painkillers quickly. I started to drink water. This was at half one. And this is me thinking, at least if I take the painkiller and see how I get on, the client is my friend. The photo shoot is not until 4 o'clock. I can probably still get there, sometime around whenever I get better. But usually with the crisis, if it's one that I can manage, I would usually know. But in this situation, I realized that yes, I couldn't cope. So I had to call my client to try and cancel. She didn't pick up. I rang the photographer, and then the photographer was like, oh, should I, would she have I got another makeup artist to recommend? I said, I don't have any because it's last minute, but I'm sure that client, my friend, would not even accept another makeup artist. But I said, as the photographer, you can try your luck, because he had another client that had a different makeup artist for myself. So I said, you can try your luck, but he did try and obviously didn't work. My friend didn't take that. So she called me back because I already called her, but she called me back at that time. I couldn't even speak anymore. Like I was just feeling so much in pain. I rang my mom because she was already in Moscow. I had to ring her to come back home. My sister dropped out back home. We rang the ambulance because yeah, I couldn't handle it anymore. I rang the ambulance and then they said, yeah, we'll send help. And oh my God, COVID, seriously guys, has made things so worse and bad. I rang the ambulance and the questions about, are you coughing, are you sneezing, are you this, are you that, that already like made me so tired. And I was just like, so yeah, I rang the ambulance and the questions were just making me tired. And then eventually, oh, we'll send help. And once you ring them, all they say is, oh, do not take anything because it might make you sick or worse or whatever. So but obviously I had taken some codeine and paracetamol just before ringing them, so I couldn't take another one until after 4 hours. So I was waiting for them to come. In the meantime, my mom had already packed. I'm gonna do a what's in my hospital bag for you guys very soon, so you see the kind of things I actually take to hospital. Like yeah, I'll do a video for that. So anyway, my mom was packing, and then I was just not getting better. So I think it was about after an hour, I rang them again. And the guy was like, oh yeah, we're sending help, but it might take about another hour or more. But the same way those questions that they asked initially, because you're speaking with somebody else again. And this was me trying to tell the person that I have just spoken to someone, but they still have to ask those same questions. So as the person was asking the question, I'm sure the lady could tell that yes, this girl is not having it, because the questions were just, you know, when you're calling about something and you know that you don't have the symptoms, but they're stressing you with all these questions. And at that time, I was just not myself. So, but yeah, immediately said, oh, it might take about an hour or more. I just said to Mama, said, yeah, I can't keep myself at home for that long again. So we had to get the Uber to take me to A&E. From A&E, then they took me. But the good thing this time is that immediately I got to A&E, told them what happened. They already sorted out things by the time they took me into the official. So obviously you get to A&E, you're at the reception, they ask you all these questions. So by the time they finished all those questions, they wheeled me into the A&E itself. So past the reception, and the doctor was already there. By the time I got in the bed, they were already waiting to, get me cannulated, get me some painkillers. And I would say that was actually up compared to, let me say, apart from when I just got to UK, which was more than, let's say before the last 10 years. Yeah, let's say before the last 10 years, the service that I received that day was actually the best that I've had in 10 years. So that was kind of like the best service I've had in the last 10 years. Let me put it that way. Like, it was so prompt. Immediately I got on the bed. In fact, the guy that did the cannulation as well, because I have to warn them every time that my veins are very bad. My veins are actually ridiculous. So I don't even say bad. I just tell them my veins are ridiculous, so they're ready. Sometimes it depends on the person that's coming. If I feel like it's a student, I try to just tell them so that they know what they're coming for. Is that they're gonna get somebody else, or I don't mind them poking me, as long as their hands are not hard, because I'm gonna come to that one as well. I went to A&E again after that, and the guy that cannulated me, oh my goodness, that's a story for another day. So yeah, they got it, and then they gave me the muffin, and the way they actually give you the muffin, and they ask, "Is it better? Is the pain gone?" And I'm thinking, the muffin didn't actually even put it there, and I don't know, maybe it's the kind of pain that sickle cell pain is. To me, I feel like morphine is not even a painkiller. I think the morphine is just something to keep you quiet from crying, or something to just make you relax. Because obviously, morphine is like narcotic, so it's a drug. So it just makes you high and makes you feel like quiet from inside. It's not actually a painkiller to me, because trust me, if morphine was a painkiller, once they put it in, the pain should actually, and that's the way they ask you the question. They'll tell you, oh, I've got 10 milligrams of me, but I'm gonna start with like 1 milligram and then two, and I'm like, it's not gonna take the pain away straight away. So the doctor was putting it in, and I was like, do you feel better? I'm like, no, my pain is 15 out of 10. Usually they will ask you to grade it out of 10, and I said it was 15, and it was like, okay, I'll put the rest in. And then I put the rest, and I just can remember that I was in proper pain, and this was on Sunday. I went on Sunday. I think I got to A&E about 2:30. Sunday the 25th, and I didn't leave the hospital until August 6th. So I spent 10 days in hospital, if that date is correct. Yeah, I did spend 10 days. Anyway, they did my HB, and my HB was like 69 when I went in the hospital. By the time they checked it again in the night, but then now me saying in the night, the thing is, once they start giving you all those painkillers and you're taking it, you actually lose count of time. So it was probably Monday morning, but I'm thinking it's Sunday night because I don't even know what was happening around me. But the next thing I could remember was the fact that they came to me that your HB had dropped and it was 64. And once my HB drops less than 70, it's bad. That's the only time they would actually consider transfusing me. And usually when it's low, that low, they would check my saturation level, which they had been checking, and it was low. So for your oxygen saturation, your saturation levels, it is, for a normal person, it is like 99% to 100%. With sickle cell, between 97 to 100% is okay, But anything less than that 97%, there's something going on. And mine at that time was about 88% or something like that. So once they see that the saturation level is low, have you got chest pain? Have you, got shortness of breath? All those kind of questions start to come in, because it could lead to chest crisis. And I've had chest crisis in the past. So I have an history of, episodes of chest crisis. So with my saturation being 88, then definitely there was something going on. I was deteriorating. And then my HB was from 69, it's gone to 64. If they didn't do anything at that time, it would just be going to 50, and that level is really low. So because of that, they decided, right, we have to do an emergency exchange for you. And this was at Monday night. Yeah. And because it was in the night, they couldn't, obviously they didn't have the staffing, and they didn't have the instrument, the equipment to do a normal exchange transfusion. So the doctor came around and was like, "Oh, we're gonna do a manual exchange." I was like, "What do you mean by a manual exchange?" I didn't even know there was a manual exchange. I just know that there is an exchange transfusion. Exchange transfusion is when they take out your blood, so they take out my sickled blood, and then they give me fresh ones, that is AA, like no S, nothing like that. That's the way it works. So when they said that, yeah, we have to do an emergency exchange, at that point my chest was already aching, the pain was still bad. Remember, I went into hospital from Sunday afternoon, and this point that they wanted to do the emergency exchange was Monday night. And to get that exchange done, my veins are very bad in my arm, so they couldn't do it in my arm, so they had to go into my groin. I'm going to insert a picture of what that looks like where they put it. So this was done in my pelvic area. I was going to say thigh, but no, it's not my thigh. It was in my pelvic area. So I put a Vic, so it's my groin, basically. That's where they put the injection, a very big syringe. So we got that done. They started the exchange. So the manual exchange now, the normal exchange, the machine will take out the old blood and give you the fresh one. But with the manual exchange now, the doctor had to use a big syringe to drain out my blood, and then do like a normal transfusion. So them taking out my old blood with the syringe was the exchange, so they were taking it out. But they're now giving me the fresh one as a normal blood transfusion. But it is an exchange, the fact that they're taking your old ones out and giving you a new one. That's basically what the way the manual was done. So by the time they did the first 2 units, I actually felt better. Like even my breathing, before they did the exchange, literally my nose. And another thing that causes my nose being blocked in the hospital is they actually give you this nostril oxygen, the one that goes inside your nose. I hate it. Like I hate. Oh my god. I remember even when I got into A&E and the guy said we're gonna give you some oxygen, I did request. I said, "Can I get the mask one?" And they said no, that you're so bad, we need to give you the one that goes into you. And the way that works, because the oxygen is literally there inside your nose, it blocks your nose. And then by the next day or 2 days, I started getting cold sore in there. So my nose was proper blocked. So even me, that my oxygen was low, I was having chest pain, and then my nose was blocked. So obviously, I couldn't breathe properly. So it was getting really bad. So, but by the time they did the second exchange, the time they took out the blood and then gave me like 2 units, I was feeling much more better inside of me. At this point, the body ache, chest pain, everything disappeared and went into my right shoulder. And oh my god, guys, the pain in that shoulder alone, god, it was so bad. And I had to call the nurse. This was now Tuesday morning, Tuesday night, and I had to call the nurse, one of the nurses in the ward, that please, what is the symptoms of stroke? Like I actually went on Google, typed symptoms of stroke. How do you feel when you have stroke? Because the pain from that shoulder was literally all the way, and it was this shoulder, my right shoulder. It was all the way to my fingers, to my neck, my head, my face. It felt like my face was drooly. Is it drooly or droopy? Like it was like that. That was the way it felt, and the pain No, the pain was bad. It was bad. I think it was even 20 out of 10. It was bad. Even my fingers, and because to open my phone, it was my thumbprint. I couldn't even use that. I couldn't use that hand at all. So it was that bad. I was worried. That's why I went on Google and then I asked the nurse, and I think the nurse just got worried as well. So immediately she rang the sickle cell team. So they came straight away to like come and talk to me and ask me questions. How are you feeling? Why do you think you've got, stroke or whatever? And I said that I remember that the last time I had something similar with my face feeling droopy or drilling like that, it was just after I had Sophia. And I remember the pain I had then as well was basically in my knee, like literally just my right knee. And I remember I was in hospital for more than 20 days. I think that was actually the longest time I've been in hospital. And I remember I was told that I had a mini stroke because my face being really actually lasted. Obviously, I left the hospital and they said there was nothing they could do, but it would disappear by itself because it was a mini stroke. And I remember that actually lasted more than 3 months before it disappeared. Like, even when I was talking, it felt like my mouth was like that. That was the way I felt like. And that was exactly the way I was feeling that night. So that was why I was worried. But the doctor was like, no, if it was that, it would have, come with other things. So they had to do another test to, rule that out. So they did that and it was fine. But the pain was still there. So they did x-ray, which I had done when I went to the hospital, but that was chest. Now the pain is in the shoulder. So they did the x-ray for that and they could see something there. So they had to do an urgent MRI scan as well. So, and this was still when I was in hospital. So by the time they did the MRI scan, but before the result for the MRI scan came out, I remembered that they wanted to give me anti-sickness once, which would normally go into the cannula, like into the muscle, into the veins, through the veins basically. But because I didn't have any cannula at that time, the ones I had blocked or one of them had come off, something happened, so I didn't have any cannula in at the time. So, and I was really sick, so they had to put it in my muscle, and it was in that right shoulder. So I did say to the doctor that could it be that, and they said even if it was, it shouldn't be that bad. Like, so from the MRI scan, they could see that there was something there. So yeah, eventually they came around and then they were like, oh, one of the she just came around and she just said, no, one of the hematology doctors, sorry, on call, and she said, oh, it looks like there might be some, some liquid in the muscle, which could be causing the pain, but it shouldn't be as bad as the way you're feeling it. So we had to wait for the orthopedic to come at this point. At this point, this was on Thursday. Yeah, this was on Thursday. So this is from Sunday to Thursday. So the Thursday, the pain was still there. It was so bad. And then on Friday, I felt a bit better because they had increased the painkillers I was having. At the time, they had stopped the PCA pump, which was the morphine. So I was now on the oral tablets, something that felt like good, like morphine anyway, oxycodone and oxynom and oxycodone. Usually I'm so bad with all these names. I just know that it's painkillers. But now I think for a very long time I used to feel very shy talking about sickle cell or even thinking about it. So I didn't even want to know anything about it. But from working in the lab, and I didn't know that was what was going to be, that it was going to expose me into knowing more about sickle cell. I think I was still not interested because when you're suffering from something, you just don't want to know the ins and out of it because you feel like it's going to stress you. That was the way I used to feel. But lately with the news and everything's going on around, not just about sickle cell, but a lot more around sickle cell dying, sickle cell being neglected and all of that. And I just feel like it's because we don't talk about it a lot, so most people don't actually know what it is. And that's why I'm just like, yeah, I think I'm just gonna share my story. And the first time I actually shared my story, well, the first person that gave me the confidence of sharing my story on YouTube was actually Fari by Sicklecellawarenessmonth. Shout out to Sicklecellawarenessmonth. I don't know if you guys know her, but she's got sickle cell as well. And the time that she talked about her sickle cell, I was in hospital. I was in crisis actually. And the way she talked about it, guys, it just felt like someone narrating me on my behalf. And it just made me realize that, yeah, no matter where you are, your age, or whatever, you've got sickle cell, you're actually going through almost the same thing. Our symptoms may vary from one person to the other, but it is similar. So when she shared it, I was like, wow, this person is talking about me. And I'm just like, no, she doesn't know me. She's talking about herself, you know? And that just gave me the courage. And that was why I talked about it last year when it happened. And I didn't think this was gonna happen in September. Like this video was gonna get posted in September. But it is Sickle Cell Awareness Month again. And it's just fortunate that this video is coming out again in September. The last one I did was last year September, and another one now. And that's because I've actually not had crisis. I've had mini ones that I've been okay at home, tired and all of that, but I've actually not had a major one that I've been in hospital. This is the other one, and it happened in July, but I've been in and out, sick and tired, and I just felt like if I keep postponing the video, I might not even post it at all. But you know, I just needed to let you guys know that I was still here, and I've had so many messages from Instagram. I did post it when I was in hospital on Instagram, and I really appreciate everyone that reached out, that messaged. I felt like the whole 3,000 people that I knew or that I have following me on Instagram actually messaged me at that time, and it was overwhelming. Like, even some of them, I only saw the messages after I left, after a few days that I was okay. And I had to apologize to some people that, oh my god, I was high on morphine. So, yeah, now I sound like I've got cold and I'm, talking out of breath. Don't worry about that. I'm actually okay. Yeah. So, anyway, eventually, the results of the MRI scan actually came up that I have got a vascular necrosis, which is supposed to be one of the complications of sickle cell, and this is basically a fracture in the shoulder. So I was diagnosed with a fracture in the shoulder, and that was why the pain in that shoulder was bad. And at least for the last few crises that I've had, after the pain had gone from everywhere else, I remember that they actually come back to settle in that shoulder. But guys, it's my right shoulder. With the things that, yeah, I can't loud this one, but with the things that you guys have seen me doing, am I at fault? Like, did I break? I've not fallen down from anywhere. I don't do rides. I don't do heights. So I definitely, 100%, I've not fallen from anywhere. But my makeup kit, if you carry it, the kind of gele that I tie sometimes, guys. So when the doctor actually said that this was what it was, inside of me, I laughed, and deep inside of me again, I'm like, that's the money hand. Let nothing happen to that hand. Because even if I decide, okay, I'm not doing, which I haven't even been able to do makeup, all this while, I still have to drive to work. Even with insurance, I still have to use the laptop, and I'm right-handed. How is that even gonna work? So I've been waiting for the orthopedic referral, so I need to go back to, because what they actually said was that it could just be the sickle cell playing up at that time. It might not necessarily mean that there was a fracture. It could just be the intensity of the pain. But I'm waiting for the referral from the hematology team to the fracture clinic to do another scan to get to the bottom of, because right now as I'm talking to you guys, I've left the hospital for more than a month and I'm still feeling the pain. So I'm still waiting for that referral to see and to let me know what's gonna happen. And just from doing research on it, is gonna come down to surgery, in the end, or if the worst come to worst. So I'm prepared. I've prepared myself. There's nothing I can do. It's a fracture. Although they said don't restrict it for now, keep moving your arms and all of that. Use it. They couldn't. They could have done that, but there was no point. So yeah, they haven't. I don't know the English. That's what I've shown you guys. So they couldn't do that. But yeah, apart from that, I've been okay. I was fine. Yeah. So that's where right. So yeah, basically that's where I've been. So I was supposed to go on the holiday on the 29th and come back on the 2nd. No, 29th is Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. 29, 30, 31, 1, 2. Yeah, I was supposed to actually finish my holiday and come back to UK on the 2nd of August, and that was when I actually got discharged from the hospital. Yeah. And I got home about the same time my flight was supposed to land. So when you think about it, it sounded like God did it on purpose to avert something bad that could have happened. That's the way I saw it. So even though it was crisis, it was unexpected, but the timing of it, I'm just like, why? You know? In fact, I remember when I got to the hospital on Sunday, I remember telling the doctor that I'm supposed to be going to Malta and I'm supposed to go and do my COVID test tomorrow. And the doctor just looked like me and it was like, yeah, we'll try and get you out, but I'm not promising. And in my mind, I'm like, nah, never mind. You don't need to sweet talk me. I already know. Like, initially, when the pain started and I used the painkillers at home, my mind, I was thinking, hopefully, I'll be better and then I can do my COVID test on Monday. Then at least I've still got time to rest before Thursday, before flying out. But God had his plans. So yeah, that was how I spent my Malta trip. And there've been other things happening since then. I'm going to share that in other videos. I'm too tired. And I got a new wristwatch. I'm going to be bringing a video. This is actually a wristwatch from, I got it from the 11 Health. But the wristwatch is made by is it Whitings or Whitings? I'm going to be doing a video on it anyway. And this was actually done with sickle cell in mind, basically. Because with this wristwatch, I can check my oxygen saturation, I can check my ECG, I can check my is it BPM? I'm trying to use my jaw to press it. Like, that's very, very ridiculous. Yeah, BPM. That's beats, yeah, beats per minute. So I can check that. It's got the time. It's actually a proper watch. I'm gonna do a video about the watch next time. So yeah, guys, that's how I spent my Malta trip. If you have missed me, I've missed you guys. I know you have missed me anyway. There's no point saying if you have missed me. I know you guys have missed me. I've missed you guys. I'm still here. I've not left YouTube. I've just been really, really tired. So my next few videos, guys, you're going to manage it like this because this girl doesn't even have the energy to even hold her hand up. And don't forget, I'm right-handed. So by the time I'm doing my makeup, it's like, God. So yeah, I actually get the pain in my arm just comes back. It's still there, it's not gone, but it just gets worse. So I'm trying not to do too much with the hand for now. At least even if I'm going to be stressing it, let it be for work. So, but I've not even been back to work yet, so I'm still trying to make sure I'm not stressing the hand, not even that shoulder at all. So yes, thank you guys for listening to my story. I'll be back with some more funky videos soon with all glam. But for now, please manage it and enjoy it. And guys, sickle cell is real. Like, from enjoyment to unenjoyment. Please look after yourself. You don't have to have sickle cell to look after yourself, but it's basically just life, you know. And anytime I've got crisis, I see it as literally the difference between life and death. You know, sometimes I call you that, oh, this person died, and you're thinking, but I saw her yesterday, and literally the person that I spoke with at that I texted at 1:15, I was fine. And then at 1:30, I'm calling this same person to say that I'm sick. Anything could have happened within that 15 minutes. So guys, please stay safe, look after yourself. Always listen to your body. Don't ignore signs. Don't ignore symptoms. Although with sickle cell, it doesn't give you signs, it doesn't give you warning. It just comes like that. Like, I'm here and that's it, and you just have to cope with it. But sometimes some little things happen and we just ignore it. Oh yeah, it's fine. Guys, please don't do that. Yeah? Please leave in the comment section how much you've missed me, if you have. And if you have not missed me, it's okay. Put in the comment section still. It doesn't matter, okay? I'll see you next time in my next video. Don't forget to share, subscribe, like, comment, and share again. Sharing is caring. Sickle cell is real. And guys, please don't forget, donate blood. Like the exchange I had, I'm thankful for the people that I've donated those blood, but we need more black people to donate blood. Guys, please check yourself. If you're 100% capable of donating blood, don't be scared. It doesn't kill you. It doesn't make you lean. Those are the sentiment that we get from those Nigerian movies that we watch. Like, oh, if you give blood, you will just lose weight. Nah, it doesn't make you lose weight. No, guys. Yeah, I think I'm gonna be talking more about. I've had so many questions from that time that I was in hospital, guys. I had so many greetings. I had so many questions. I had so many things on Instagram that I feel like my followers or my supporters, you guys don't actually just want me to do one video about sickle cell in a year, or when I'm sick, or when I'm in crisis. So I would try my best to do other things about sickle cell, every now and then. I want to be diversified, not just makeup, makeup, makeup all the time. I know all of you knows how to do your makeup, but there are other things out there that we need to be aware of. I'm a makeup artist, but would you even believe that there will be a point that I can't even do it? I can't even hold the brush for a long time. Who would have thought of that? Nobody. So guys, watch out for my next video. I'll see you soon. Catch ya. Bye.